Shout out to Monica for getting me fucking fired. You're a genius. Hello, beautifuls. My name is Giselle, co-host of the Strong Sunflowers podcast and founder of G is for Growth. And today we're gonna talk about why I am glad I got fired before Christmas. I feel like I can bring this video now because I'm on a better mental space. And before I start the story time, baby, I need to give you some background. So I got married at 19. If you didn't know, now you know. And I just got divorced officially last year, but I've been separated for about 4 years now. It's been a while. And my ex-husband's family, they own a restaurant and I worked for them in the restaurants I've known the family for like about 10 years now. It's been a freaking bit. I got married in 2015 and we were together since 2014. So it's been a minute. So I was working in the restaurant for the longest time. Again, I consider these people family. I spent so much time with them. I grew up with them basically in this marriage as I was growing into myself. Anywho, fast forward. Last Christmas, I love making content. I love making TikToks. My friend Monica, shout out to Monica for getting me fucking fired. You're a genius. Anywho, my friend Monica sends me this TikTok that's trending at the time. And she's like, oh my gosh, you need to do this TikTok. It's hilarious. You gotta do it. I think I might have to put the TikTok in here. Because it went viral. It blew the fuck up. It was all through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. People were tagging me. People were telling me that they were watching it in Mexico, that their family called them, that they saw them online. Like, it was just crazy. And I guess it just got blown out of proportion and it became bigger than it was. It was just a funny joke. So this restaurant is an Italian restaurant. And basically the TikTok was like, oh, my Italian food is so good. I wonder what Italian man cooked this. And guess what? We live in America where it's a melting pot. And it was not just an Italian man. It was Guatemalan man. It was Mexican men. It was just all people all throughout South America cooking your food. And their kitchen is an open space kitchen. So baby, you can see he ain't Italian. So why you mad? Anywho, 2 days before Christmas, we had a Christmas party and everything. I posted this TikTok like 2 months before. So it was blowing up. I even told my manager, which was my sister-in-law, hello. So I think one of the things that bothered me was they knew what was going on. And it's not like I did something vindictive or did it behind their back. Like my manager, aka my sister-in-law, knew what the fuck was going on. I created this TikTok and I showed her and I was like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. And she's like, yeah, haha, it's hilarious. So I posted it, went to sleep, woke up the next day, bam, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Blown the fuck up. I was getting notifications through the roof. I had to turn off my notifications off TikTok. It was over like millions. I'm talking about millions of views and likes and comments, and Hispanic Latinos being just so proud of their hard work and where they come from. And everybody was like, yeah, Latinos, you know, we can do anything. Even if you go to the Chinese place, there's gonna be a Mexican in the back cooking your Chinese food. Respectfully. If you want Chinese food cooked by a Chinese, go to freaking China. Respectfully. Anywho, so the video was blowing up. I woke up the next day. I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I let my sister-in-law, my manager, know. She's like, oh my gosh, haha, that's like great. So funny, blah, blah, blah. Again, I feel like if it was a problem, she should have addressed it with me because, again, we're family. You know, talk to me. If you see it's not a good look for the company or the brand, or if you can see any labels or anything like that, let me know. I could have taken it down. It didn't matter to me. Anywho, she doesn't say anything. A month goes by. I go to Hawaii. 2 months go by. I go to their Christmas party, which is at my second job. I go to the Christmas party. We're all a big happy family. Literally 2 days after the Christmas party, next thing you know, I get a call from her saying, hey, the owners are not very happy, aka her dad, aka my father-in-law, and the other business partner. They're not very happy. Someone send them this TikTok and it's all over social media, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, if you could please put it down, take it down, and just don't come to work today until things like cool down. And I'm like, oh, okay, like no problem. Again, she knew about this TikTok that I posted 2 months ago. 2 motherfucking months ago. I was like, okay, like no problem. I get a call the next day and she's like, hey Giselle, unfortunately, we're gonna have to let you go. We're gonna have to, again, this is 2 days before fucking Christmas. People that I thought were my family. People that I've known for years, 10 years. People that I was married into the family. Like, she's like, yeah, we're gonna have to let you go. And that's how the conversation went. And I said, say less, say less. And taking me back to that space, I was, first of all, I was upset, not even because it's business. I understand that they have business partners and everything. I was just upset at the delivery. Like, they treated me like I was just some random girl from the street. Like I was just some random worker. Like, we weren't family. Like, you don't fucking know me. Like, so that fucking hurt. Especially even after getting fired 2 days before Christmas, there was no fucking call. Like, I understand that you're a manager, but bitch, you were my sister. Supposedly, you know? I understand that you can expect yourself from other people, but at least I would have fucking called. Like, are you good? You know? Are you good? How are you doing these holidays? You don't even know how I'm fucking paying my bills. I was lucky that I had a second job and I never put one eggs in my basket. If you take anything from this story is, number one, have your own motherfucking back at all times. Number two, never put all of your eggs in one basket. Number three, it's just like, just be careful who you call family, because not everybody is your family. Not everybody's gonna have your back the way that you would have their back. Not everybody considers you to be a friend. Not even fucking family, to be a fucking friend. To be like, hey, G, are you okay? So I was really hurt by that. I was pissed. Now I'm calm and cool and collective. I've letting it go. But baby, you know I'm a Scorpio. So that stinger was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't fuck with you. Like, she would come into my job, my other job, and I would literally ignore the shit out of her. Like, and maybe in her mind, whatever the fuck went on was okay. But in my mind, I was like, bitch, I don't fuck with you heavy. Like, now I'm in a space where, again, after everything happened, I had to take my ass back to therapy. I was like, I need a therapy session right now because I'm fucking livid. And I need some tools to deal with this kind of emotion. One of the emotions that I was dealing with, again, was the betrayal, because I considered them family. Two, the second emotion I was dealing with was, at the end of the day, we all have this power complex. And I had this feeling of like, you know, when your boss or like your dad or your parents catch you doing something wrong and you get in trouble and you're like, but I didn't do anything wrong. But that still like feeling of being a little girl and getting in trouble, like, oh my gosh, I don't like feeling like that. And I had to face that, those feelings and that power complex that I had going on with the owners of them, especially people that I look up to, because even though me and my father-in-law, we never saw eye to eye, so I didn't fuck with him like that. One of the other business partners, like, I have so much love for him. You know, he's another fellow Scorpio. And again, people, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I fuck with you hard. So I didn't want him to think like, hey, I'm making all these videos and making all this thing to make your restaurant look bad, to make you look bad, to make your business look bad. And at that time, again, I knew that my sister-in-law was not sticking up for me. She wasn't gonna be in the room like, oh yeah, I knew about this video 2 months ago and I didn't say anything. All I fucking said was, make sure my dad doesn't see it. That's all you fucking said. But no, of course you didn't say that in the meeting, because someone has to take the fault and you don't have the cojones. I don't know if you do or not. We never had a conversation, but it sounds like you didn't. To be like, hey, I knew about this. It was a bad judgment decision, you know? But again, business is business. So I knew you needed someone to take the fault. And it was me. It was me, bitch. But I didn't like that feeling. So I definitely had to go to therapy and talk to my therapist and talk through those emotions of like the betrayal that I felt. And my therapist just got me to understand like, hey, you've been separated for more than 3 years. These people have not been your family for more than 3 years. These people have learned to have you in their space, but you are not family. That was a time period. There's a time and a place for everything, right? There was a time period that you were part of the family, that you were considered family. And then you separated, you got a divorce, you separated, and you were still in this space where, guess what? It's not your space. You don't belong there anymore. And I'm so glad I got fired before Christmas, because I don't think if I wouldn't have gotten fired, I would have never left, because I was definitely in my comfort zone. The money was good. The atmosphere was good. The workplace was amazing. I love my coworkers. And I don't think I would have ever left. And for me to grow and expand to the person that I need to become and be, like, I can't be working at my ex-husband's family's restaurant. That's crazy. Lunatic. But oh my gosh, later on after that, I actually reached out to the other owner and I was like, hey, I just wanted to clear the air because like I respect you as a person. And I just talked to him about like what happened, and he had no idea. He had no idea that my sister-in-law knew that this video had been up for months, like that this was happening behind the scenes. He just got the backlash of it, that people were sending this video. Like I'm telling you, like the video went viral. And like political campaigns grabbed the video and they kind of like switched it up, and they were like, oh, well, I bet they're not paying these Mexicans enough. I bet they're not doing so X, Y, and Z. And it's like, that is a lie. These people are getting paid good. These people, like, this is a really good family restaurant. And yeah, it was just wild. It was a wild experience just because, for me, at least, it like really put me out there. Like, okay, bitch, what are we gonna do? Like, it really took me out of my comfort zone. And I'm so thankful that it did happen, because like I said, I don't think I would have left if it hadn't happened. And after it happened, I worked harder at my other job. I got another job. Like, I've been making money. I've been having more time. I started this YouTube channel. I literally got fired, and a week later, I got the motivation to do this YouTube channel, and I'm so glad that I did. I got to I've been traveling, baby. I got to go to Puerto Rico. I went to Dubai. I went to Maldives. I went to Lebanon. I came back from Egypt. I went to Cuba, Miami, like Texas, all these things. Like, my life still continued. Like, my life is still good. My life is still amazing. And I just turned 28, and I feel like this year, baby, this chapter of my life is gonna be the best chapter. And in this time of my life, I feel loved. I feel taken care of by myself. I'm grateful for the memories that we've had. I don't hold that grudge that I was holding before. Like, now, like, they can come in and I can be like, how are you? Like, I hold nothing against them. I wish them the best. Actually, one of the owners literally messaged me. He's like, hey, can you put us down to have our Christmas party at your job? And it was so funny because I was like, bruh, seriously? You fired me a year ago and now you want me to serve you at my Christmas party, your Christmas party at my other job? You lucky I like you. You lucky I like you, because anybody else, I'll be like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? And I just wanted to add that before I grew up, it takes me some time. It took me a while. It took me, what, about a year for me to finally be okay with what happened, finally let it go, not have grudge, not have hatred. And it wasn't even hatred. I was pissed. It was like a betrayal. It was like personal. It was personal, deeply personal for me. And now I'm just like more chill. But before that, I remember I was like, oh, like their restaurant's right here, and I literally got a job at the restaurant next door. So every motherfucking day I went to work, but you still gotta see me. You still gotta motherfucking see this face. But I'm done being petty. I'm done being petty. If you take anything, like I said, from the story, make sure that you have your own bag. make sure that if you have outgrown places, get the fuck out. Get out of your comfort zone and just know that no matter what, no matter who, like, you still that bitch. You will always be that bitch no matter what. Put in the work and you can make it through just about anything. I love you guys and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.